we often say we're investing in young people, but I don't think we honestly do it. It's almost like we're a bit scared, because we say we're going to invest in young people, and we invest in the ones who've got leadership qualities, and they're the ones who we retain, but we don't retain the others. All the stats show that lots of young people leave church towards either high school or the university across the Western world, and there's lots of different reasons for this. I honestly believe that if we're really serious about youth work, we will want to train our youth workers in such a way as they realise they're getting put aside for a lifetime vocation as not just a breeding ground to become ordained. And if they are called to being ordained, that's fantastic. But that doesn't mean they necessarily have to do youth work in order to get there. And also, in the same way, just because someone's young doesn't mean they have to be a leader for us to show interest in them.
Will be good to have leadership trainings, or not much of the money-wise that we're concerned about. It's more like being knowledgeable of the Bible and knowing how to apply it to young people.
As a grandmother now, when I think about the young people who look to me for guidance and support and advice and comfort and for love, I am constantly troubled really by the complexity of issues, societal issues that affect young people, and my heart breaks often for the kind of world and the kind of pressures, particularly that my mokopuna are entering into, and so I find myself absolutely committed to the need for young people to be resourced to the best possible extent that they can be, because the issues affecting them are not issues with which many of us are familiar, but the wisdom and the support and the love and the theological insight into how best to tackle a lot of these problems is available, and it is in youth leadership. I've seen it time and time again, and I'm absolutely in respect of what I see. And it's there that I feel most reassured that the answers are for my mokopuna. But unless those young people are being resourced and enabled to provide that kind of leadership and that kind of advice for my mokopuna, then we are all going to be bereft of that treasure trove, I think, of insight. So
I think if resourcing for youth is a priority, in your mind you're ready to let them change what church is like, and young people will make the experience of being in church different, and you have to embrace that. If you're 60 or 18 or whatever it is, open the doors to let them do it differently.
When you think of the Three Tikanga Church itself, the reason we're here, that was initiated, brokered and experienced by young people before the General Synod created itself into a Three Tikanga Church, and so we see them at the forefront of part of our church's life. When you look at the work of Urban Vision, for example, a new monastic order brokered by young people, young adults living out a life of radical discipleship. The Order of St. Stephen, you look at other initiatives of young people around this church, there's a lot to be heartened by, challenged by and encouraged with. So I want to begin with that tribute. Say the freshness, the dynamism, the creativity that comes from youth ministry invigorates us and saves us and mobilises us in 100 ways. But you've asked about time, talents and money, doing it like it matters. And I think that means reminding ourselves that the bishops, at a recent meeting with youth leaders, actually it was some years ago now, but it's recent in our memory, agreed to put a percentage of their time, top priority time, into youth ministry and children's ministry. For me personally, it's meant going on youth pilgrimages, it's meant going to Parachute, it's meant attending the Youth Board of Oversight meetings for Tikanga Pākehā. But the following on from that time is the question of money itself. How much of a priority are we prepared to rationalise in our budgets for this generation and the next generation? And that's the challenge I think that's before us. Don't just tell me, show me.